Are we ready to start?
Okay. Yep.
Yell at me if you have any questions, concerns, if you have any things that you guys do. I like for them to be interactive. But we're talking about tabletop, table settings, kind of how to take it from summer to fall to Halloween. I don't have any like specifically Thanksgiving ones right now, but we can kind of talk about it. I wanted to leave this. This was what was already on this table. At my house, I like something tall and fun in the middle, and then if I have people over, I just take it off. You know what I mean? Like I'm a mover. We redo when we have guests. So, every day though, I have tall florals. For spring, I have like these big bunnies that are this tall with like a littler floral. So we're going big. You know, I'm a go big or go home kind of girl. So
So when you take something off, you do that before your guests come?
Something like this typically, yeah. And then I'll just do I'm like a serve at the table kind of girl too. So like I'll just, you know what I mean, take it off, have the plates done.
Do the place
But
settings.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll take it off before they come and do
I
the
mean,
place
if it's like a fun big event like Christmas dinner or something, I might leave it for like right until we're about to serve. But you know what I mean?
Okay.
But
I got it.
take it off before we sit down. But yeah, so I wanted to leave this. This is a really good, obviously we've got it zhuzhed up, but if you're not as big and layery as us, as me, the floral would be totally fine. If you wanted to take it a step further, adding these candlesticks, just a couple candlesticks on each side, little candles. Again, it adds movement, it adds a different little texture. And then if you wanted to go even a step further, we kind of took this riser to elevate it and then added this texture with the jute. And we have the jute. Everyone always asks about the jute. We sell it by the yard. It's great. You can cut it up, put it everywhere, anywhere. It's amazing. So, and you know we usually do things in odd numbers. So we got our floral and then 3 candlesticks on each side. So we've got a total of 7. So it's either going to be 3, 5, or 7. I'm not really counting this riser as an element. And I'm not really counting the mouse as an element because it's just really easy. Now, I don't have any questions about that. Oh God, I know this off the top of my head and can't remember it right now. Good question for a Monday morning. Okay, let's see. 96. So we're at 8 feet. So we can obviously, if you have a smaller table, we can obviously make this a little bit smaller. If you're gonna do a floral in the middle of your table, I like it to take up at least like half. You're not really making a statement with a little ding, you know what I mean? A little dinky or go big or go home. We gotta go big, okay? I do get a lot of questions about like how tall do you want it? Obviously our chandelier is here just for like the store purposes. You want to hang your chandelier about 36 inches ish off of the table, so it would really be kind of here. You obviously don't want your floral like intermingling with your chandelier, but if you just leave about like 10 inches, that's typically a good height. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm gonna lay this guy out just for now. Okay, we're gonna go over this other centerpiece after we do our place settings, okay? So for our first centerpiece, our first table setting. Okay. So if you know anything about me, if you know anything about 3 French Hens, if you've ever been to one of these, you know that more layers is good. I love layering. Anything I say, you can like typically take 1 or 2 things away if you don't like to go big or go home. If you do like to go above and beyond, leave it. You know what I mean? Do like I do. But if not, like we can definitely help you cut back and scale back and still get like the same amount of impact. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to start. I've been obsessed with the runner the opposite way. So like instead of doing a runner down the middle of the table, I've been seeing a lot, and we've been doing a couple times, like the runner doing a couple. So if you have 3 place settings down the center of your table, you're going to take your runner. This is a placemat. I've got it in runner style. But however many place settings you have, you just take the runner and kind of hang it over like that. It's so cute. Such a little extra layer. It's really fun. So anyway, we're starting with this really pretty blue. This is like the most buttery, soft, yummy cotton slub knit. It's so cute. And it's such a good color. So we are going to go, I usually am not a faded colors girl, but Stacy talked me into this one and it's really growing on me. So we're going to do one that's a little faded color, and it's got like this watercolor pattern, the leaves and the pumpkins. I would put this out now and then leave it until like Halloween-y, you know what I mean? And then if we wanted to get it back out for Thanksgiving, we totally could. Layering. Does that make sense? So far, we got 2 layers out of like 12. Okay.
I think we forgot to mention also, this is one we're focusing on using like family china.
Yes. So we get a lot of questions about like I have my grandma's china, or I was gifted for our wedding like this china that I just don't know either like how to use, or like I don't know what to incorporate with it to like give it a new breath of life. I will never tell you to like get rid of an heirloom. Like we can always figure out a way to work it in and make it really pretty. So yeah, we are talking about we have this fun, really pretty, colorful china that you might think I can only use that at summertime, but china's expensive, so it's really sad if you can only use it a couple months of the year. So anyway, I thought it kind of is really pretty with this, and the colors bring out like this little blue and the orange. So we are going to, for this early fall season, work it in. So if you want to go for like more of a classic look, obviously you can use like the matching pieces. I always do like a layer, and then I love doing a greenery. Again, obviously, when people are eating at your house, you're going to take the greenery off and you're not going to make them eat with greenery on their plate. Yeah, a little extra seasoning. But for now, and for while we're just playing, it adds such a pretty layer to whatever we're doing. And then I also, to give it height, especially if you have something tall in the center of your table, like if you have something really tall and then you just go really flat with your place settings, it looks a little funky. So I love setting the glassware on top of the place setting. Does that make sense? So far, getting this out of the way. And then as far as napkins go, I always layer a napkin. Everyone is like, you're out of control. I know. It's a sickness. Okay. I've worked here since I was 8. So anyway, I always layer. So I have the matching napkin to the placemat. Okay. Matching napkin. We're going to take a coordinating but different napkin. I love this just like taupey check. I think it's really cute. It's subdued, but again, it adds like one extra pattern. I'm showing you guys, I'm putting them on my chest because I'm showing you how to take it from the middle. So you're going to have corner, 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 corner. Yeah. And then you literally just kind of like throw it down. And then you have your cute little thing. And then so easy. And honestly, if you guys are like, I can't do this, when you get your napkins here, we will literally send them home with you like this if you need us to, okay? We've done it before and I will probably do it again. Just like it looks fluffy. It's really freaking cute. I never do anything the same matching because it's just, I like fun, funky patterns, colors. I think it adds just, you know, a texture. But yes, the 2 napkins, all napkin rings, this is like such a standard size. I won't say all, but yeah, most of them are at least like this 2.5 inch, which is too big for one napkin. Yeah.
And then you have stuck it in the glass.
We have, yeah.
So it looks
You totally can. Like if you didn't want to do this napkin ring, you can stick it in the glass and do. Yeah, it's even taller and cuter. I just really do love like I really do love a napkin ring or like a little piece of raffia. Even literally raffia is so cheap and you just like it's so cute. So yeah, anyway. So that's the first little idea. And then we're going to change it up a little. So if you don't have china that you got gifted or handed down or bought at the Goodwill or whatever you did an estate sale, I love an antique. So I'm at an estate sale every other weekend. But if you don't have that, or if you just had if you just have this like salad plate and you don't have the big dinner plate, you can always layer it on top of just something plain, simple. You can get these here, you can get these, you know what I mean, wherever. I like mixing shapes, so if you're using a round, using a square is really fun. And literally it's just like the same thing, super cute. If you don't like the mixing of the colors, we can even go over there. Thank you, sorry. We can even go with just another like salad plate, but it's small, and then do it like turned the other way. Does that make sense? Super cute. So that's just like a little more subtle of an option. You go. All right. I'm going to move this over. Okay. Any questions about this first?
And the silverware all goes to the left since the napkin's on the
Yeah. Yeah. You guys are asking so many etiquette questions. I'm very good at decorating. I did not go to good etiquette school. Yeah. I do. Yeah. It should be a little triangle shape always. We have these really cute little Mackenzie that I was going to show you later. But yeah, knife, fork, spoon. Because I know in etiquette you're like soup, salad, dinner. So it's spoon, fork, knife. You know what I mean? Our next place setting again is super neutral. Super neutral. I say this and I know people are laughing. Okay. Neutral-ish. But still really neutral. If you have gone like the beige, you know what I mean, cream route, I like to add a little pattern, a little texture. So we're gonna use this guy. I love this placemat. I just think it's really warm and it still has people love the blues. I love the blues too. But it's really easy if you have like all blues for your house to feel really, really cold, and not super homey. So, I just love this placemat because it has all of the fun colors. And we can obviously, if you want to do like this runner layer, you totally can. I'm not doing it for this one because I think I'm going a little more traditional.
What are your thoughts of that with gray?
Girl?
Gray walls, gray.
I'm using gray because people do like gray and people do use gray. It is pretty. It has its place. My dining room, I say this every time. I don't like gray. My dining room chairs are gray and I love them. But anyway, so with this guy, he really does have kind of like a gray taupey color running through. So it's like perfect. I'm going to show you guys how to warm up like the Mackenzie Sterling check. Super pretty. I love that Mackenzie still like put the different colors, like the warmth throughout it, that hand paintedness. Again, so it's not just like super white gray light. But we're going to layer that on top. I don't even know if you can see. Pretty. I'm going to leave these out too when we're done so you can come look. So if you have the Mackenzie, I would start with that. I'm not using greenery on this plate, just in case you're not into that. And just in case you don't want to rinse off your people's plates before they eat. Again, I do the things for the looks. I don't do the things for the people. But anyway, Okay, so I'm starting with the sterling platter. Nope, charger. Right. And this really pretty basket weave cream dinner plate. It's not white, it's cream. It's gorgeous, beautiful, super heavy. And again, it's just like an interesting texture. I'm all about the textures. You should be too. Add, like, even if you want to go all cream, all gray, like adding a texture is what's gonna make it look more interesting. So I'm layering those on top. Really pretty. And then there's two options here for the next layer. If you want to put, we're going to start with the china. We have this really pretty, like, gray, blue china. It's really cute. Okay.
Is that like a new product or is that?
No, this is an antique.
Oh. I found the china pieces at Goodwill a while back.
There you go.
Okay.
So.
There you go.
But gorgeous. Very pretty. Okay. But it's like this blue gray. So we're playing with the blue gray and layering that on top. So cute. Okay. And then, again, this is not for your guests. This is for fun, pretty. But we have these like really cute milk jugs. So cute. We have them in like 6 different shapes. If it were me, I would do all of them different. They're all like this size-ish, you know what I mean? This color. So cute. And then napkin in the glass. We're putting the napkin in the milk jug. And I only did 1 napkin for this just because I don't know why. I liked it. And we're not putting it in a napkin ring, so it doesn't look funky. But you do it the same way. Take it. I always just like put it on my chest so I can grab the right. You know what I mean? Here we go. And then we're flipping her over. And you just kind of gotta work with it. And this guy's not going in.
These green ones are a little floppy. They're a little
I
floppy.
would say fold the butt end over and stick it in it.
You're probably so right.
It's like you'll notice in this table right here in this corner, we also have a similar setup.
Definitely working harder, not smarter.
Ray, I play with that stuff all the time.
You gotta play with it. You gotta make it agree.
So do
with
we,
you.
and you know what? I never learn. I'm just shove it in there. Okay, so
That's darling.
if you, simple girl, you like it clean, you like it simple, we've added our little layers. We've got the check, we've got the florals. We could leave it at this if we wanted to. But if it were me, we have these like cute little moss. Just like, it's cute. I don't know. They're really fun. And I would like put that at the edge just for another layer. And then if you're someone who leaves silverware on your table as a display, I'd put it on this side.
I like how you use the cream and the white together.
Yeah, sometimes you have creams and whites. I prefer a cream, but we've got white china and there's no rules. So you just mix it up. But I am going to show you, if you don't have this pretty Noritake china, we're gonna use, I wanted to tie in like the blue and the gray and the green. I love mixing colors. I love, if you're gonna do blue, I love mixing it with green just because we've got to add something. You know what I mean? We have to add another color. We've got to get some like other textures going on. I love these little plates. They're little like, they're still super traditional and cute, but they're like updated with this little scalloped edge. I just think they're really, really cute. So, like, how freaking cute is that? It's so cute. So cute. Okay. And then we're literally just doing the same thing. And I don't mind mixing like different green tones. In my head, green's a neutral. I don't know. I love it. But anyway. Okay. Any questions about that one? Concerns? Comments? Do we hate it? Love it?
I'm sure everybody dresses their table, even if guests aren't coming.
Right. I do.
That's so cute.
To be quite honest,
That's right.
I only do it when guests aren't coming because I'm not serving you. Okay. So we got these placemats that I think are so pretty. They're so fun. This is again getting into more of like a late fall type of deal. They're like these really rich orange, dark chocolatey brown. They're like so pretty. I got grass on it.
Yeah.
You know I'm picky about how things feel. So cute. Love them. I've been getting a lot of questions about these are really casual. Like, how do we dress them up? So we're gonna play with that, okay? I need more space on this 92-inch table. Okay. For the first layer of these like hand-turned dinner plates, they're really, really pretty. They've got like this, what the heck is this called? Like the little sandy glaze. It's really cute. Okay. So kind of casual, but also really, really pretty. Really like they're nice. They're heavy. And I like the tone. Like I like how it kind of cools it down a little bit. And then I'm gonna add a little greenery layer. These are just like everyday. Again, you can use these all year long. It's our everyday eucalyptus greenery. I use these at all seasons. They're really, really pretty. So, and again, it's just to add that little extra layer. Okay, so then we have this little salad bowl. Again, hand turned, hand glazed, so freaking cute. Again, I love this like ochre color. It's warm, it's fun, it's pretty. So we're gonna add that layer in, and you can kind of nestle it down. Again, you gotta manhandle things. You can't be scared. Nothing's gonna break. If you pop one of these eucalyptus off, it just pops right back on. No biggie. Okay. And then this little soup bowl matches the dinner plate. Okay. So I'm layering that even on top of him. Okay. So now we've got our little layers. Does everyone see that? Do I need to hold it up? Cute. Pretty. Yeah. I did not have the greenery in there when I was getting this presentation together, and I was like, ah, the greenery just like brings it together, and adds that extra little texture. So anyway, for the napkins, I grabbed this like more taupey napkin. I'm not gonna do the whole deal because you've seen me do it, but I grabbed this more like taupey napkin, and it's like super lightweight. It like adds in to everything really nicely. It's a really good second napkin if we're looking for second napkins. It's a really good like neutral tone. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. But I took this Tangiers napkin. The pattern is amazing. We have the placemats too. Again, super bold and bright, but still just like, I don't know, they're really fun in fall and pretty traditional. I really love them. So we paired these two together. Again, I put this like taupey to kind of cool it down. And then I have this really pretty honeycomb napkin ring, and I'm doing a little bit of a bee theme. I'll tie it in there. Super cute. Classic napkin ring. Napkin. I know, it is really cute. And we have these little bee picture frames.
Yeah.
And if you want to use them as like a little place card. So cute. So we put my name in there. It's all about me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's darling. Yes.
How freaking cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any questions on that one? Can you grab that for me? Okay. We're using the Tangiers again because I like it. Okay. We're again playing casual and formal. This freaking camera is gonna be the bane of my existence. Okay. So we have round Tangiers and rectangle Tangiers. People are always like, what is the rule? Do you use round on a round table, round on a square table, square on a round table? It doesn't matter. But it is really fun to do like opposites. So if you were to like layer the placemats, it is really fun to layer a round on top of a rectangle placemat. Side note, it's just cute. But we're starting with the round on this guy. And then this guy can really go like casual or formal. And I am going to try to dress it up a little more formal. And we have these copper chargers that are just to die for. They're gorgeous. A little glitter didn't hurt anybody. Okay. So cute. So you can see it just like really pops on that placemat. So cute. Okay. And then again, I need 3 layers and I only did 2 plates. So we're adding this greenery. It's really pretty. People think this is a spring greenery. I think it can carry kind of throughout, again, like that late-ish fall. I would take it off if you're going to do like a Halloween place setting, but I think you can use this especially like, and you can use it with any kind of colorway. Like it really goes with a lot. And I kind of like how it hangs over the charger. I think that's really cute. You could obviously pick a smaller one if you didn't want it to hang over the charger, if you wanted the charger to be the main focus. But we also have this really pretty salad plate with a little like laurel eucalyptus print on it, hand drawn. So cute. So we're going to layer that on top. I'll show you. Super cute. Okay. And we're going again for like that more late fall. You can even use this into like Thanksgiving until you decorate for Christmas. We have these really pretty like leaf napkin rings. They're just like a really good deep, like they feel very artisanal. They're very cute. So we're using this green napkin, but in this burnt orange color. And then again, for the people who like to be a little bit matchy, I picked the same napkin as the placemat to layer in with that. And again, I'm just laying it right next to the plate and the placemat. And then again, to add the height in there, we have these really pretty hoop glasses. We have these in the back too. Fantastic. Great wedding gift. Anyway, okay. Again, height. And then to make the glass pop, I just like am popping this little green pumpkin in. It's so cute. Like, can you even handle?
Can you write out directions on what I'm supposed to use?
You know I would. Okay.
I will say Ray mentioned using the matching napkins on this one. If you didn't want it so matchy but still wanted the same color, these placemats and napkins are double-sided. The back pattern is usually a little minimalistic compared to the front, but it still has the same colors, so it's super easy to just flip it and use the other one. So it's coordinating instead of matching.
Now we're doing Halloweeny. We're getting a little quirky, a little fun. But we're still using this really just like, I say neutral, it's orange, but it's like a pretty neutral fall Halloween placemat. Another thing that you can kind of use now through Thanksgiving, so you don't have to buy a placemat per month. I just think it's really pretty. Again, like it's kind of got this more taupey orange in there that is nice to keep things neutral. Okay. And then if you know me, you know I'm a Courtly Check Mackenzie girl. So I love just layering 2 Mackenzie pieces and doing it kind of like opposite to where the checks like don't necessarily line up from plate to plate. I just think it's pretty and it adds like a good pattern. Okay. And then we have these little salad plates in a bunch of different patterns. For this one, I picked the polka dot just because I think it's fun and Halloweeny. If you have kids, they'll be like, Halloween, cute, young and fun. And just set it on top of there. Again, it's just a different little pattern, and we're going for fun here. And then for the napkins, I'm just doing literally a solid orange. I have this really pretty linen napkin, and then layered it with, again, the same placemat. If you want to keep it a little cohesive, that's totally okay. And then instead of a napkin ring, I just did about 3/4 of a yard of ribbon and tied a really cute little, just literally a shoe tie bow. I'm really good at tying a bow if you guys need me to do it for you. I've done it a lot. And we will send these napkins out the door just like this if you need me to. Okay. Hold me accountable. Okay. And again, the little coupe glass, I love it. We have like red ones, or you can get, you know what I mean, more themed ones if you want. In an effort to keep it a little more simple and not go too crazy, I'm using the clear again. And
we also
then
have a few clear with like a gold rim that you'll see on some of the tables. We just had them on the tables already.
So anyway, using the clear, we do have a clear with a gold rim, very cute. And then, like I did with this green pumpkin to make it pop, I have just like this black ornament with the little feathers. It's so cute if you do like a Halloween tree. But we're not using them on the tree. We're just gonna put them in this little glass, and you can always clip the little string off if you want. Yeah. Oh my god, candy corns, cute. Yeah, so you can really kind of go crazy. I tell people this too about like seasonal decorating. Even if your everyday decor in your home is neutral, simple, clean, seasonal decor is like really your time to get crazy. People are always really worried about like matching their seasonal to their existing decor. I don't think that you really have to worry too much about it. Because seasonal, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's just a time for you to be creative and fun and cute, and you know what I mean? It's a little conversation starter. I'm going to do some rearranging because we're going to move on to the centerpiece.
While she rearranges, I wanted to make a note. A lot of people ask what they can do on chair backs. Some of you will notice some of your chairs have things on the back. Like you ladies sitting in the white chairs have cute little broomsticks with some ribbons. That would look super cute with this Halloween place setting. Like super adorable. One of our chairs has ribbon tying a basket on it with some greenery, which is just super fall. Love it. We've got a few throw blankets weaved in. Lots you can do to incorporate your table settings into centerpiece and your chairs.
Okay, so we're moving on to the centerpiece. You saw the one before. Again, I love height. If you are somebody who wants to keep your centerpiece out on your table while your guests are eating, perfect. This is for you. Okay. So I love a floral. I love foliage. I love layering. So I take this big leaf garland. We have it. I just think they could go cash, they could go formal, they could go so many different ways. I'm going to show you how many ways. When you get it, okay, before we decorate it, when you get this garland, it will look like this. Okay. So many people leave it like that, and I could pull my hair out. So I'm going to show you how to fluff it. And it really is simple. But again, if you need help, I'm here. So we're going to go, I always do kind of like a up and out method. So like pull one up and then pull a couple out. Okay. One up and then a couple of them out. And then I've got two on the end that are oddballs, so we're just going out. But we're always fluffing upward, okay? You want volume. You see the difference there? Okay. These ones are a little funky because we've been messing with them with the florals. But when you start, it should look very clean, 1 up, 2 out, 1 up, 2 out. And I always, people do when they get this garland, they'll take the leaf and like bend it this way, which like, right, you don't want to see this underneath part. You want it to kind of look like a natural leaf kind of bends down really pretty. So you kind of just like want it to mimic a natural leaf, if that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Also, one problem that we have with a garland is that it's made like to be one-sided. So you always have like the random stick at the end, which drives me nuts, but it's an easy fix, okay? Because when we decorate it, I lost a pumpkin. We're just gonna like layer a bigger element right at the end to kind of hide that weird, awkward stick.
You could always bend it under the leaf also, but
could
it's so
bend
much easier to set something on it so you can use it elsewhere if you wanted to later.
Okay. And then anytime you're mixing foliage, you want like a leaf, and then you want like a pod or a pumpkin or an artichoke, or you know what I mean? You want something that's going to be bigger, you know what I mean? The flower, essentially. And then you want like a berry or again, like a pod or a blossom, or does that make sense? Like you always want to mix shapes, elements. I don't know how else to word it. Anyway, so for now, we're doing the leaf, we're doing a berry, and we're doing this little pumpkin. And we're going to go kind of down the line and do 4 different ones to match with each different theme. Does that make sense? So for these 2, I would do this, keep it kind of simple green. This leaf provides a lot of color, so I don't think you really need to go too crazy. But you literally just start sticking this stuff in and layering it with the foliage. And you're going to kind of do one this way, one that way, one this way, one that way, one in the middle every now and then. Don't overthink it. And then little pumpkin. I always, when I do things like this, I always layer my bigger element on top of whatever berry or blossom I'm sticking in. So when I stick this guy on this side, that kind of tells me where my bigger elements are going to go. So we're going to layer him on top of the berries. Another one we're going to layer on top of the berries. And then I've got another one that I'm probably just going to layer down here on this end so that it can kind of be in a layer with my bigger pumpkin. Does that make sense? Don't stress. I'm going to leave this out for when you guys get up. Okay. Kind of hard to lift up. But that's just like a really pretty, simple, light, that like watercolor pastels for fall. It is really popular right now. So yeah, that's what I would do to go along with these first 2 little arrangements. Any questions there?
What I'm seeing is the white or the cream colored pumpkin, cream sunflowers. I think that's beautiful.
It really is really pretty. Malia loves like the creams, and Malia is our floral designer. She's loving the creams, and everyone is like the creams and the neutrals and our florals. And then just like keeping it really almost like just pretty and natural is, I think, like the biggest trend that's not a trend that I'm following.
Lots of creams. We're almost out of those tiny cream pumpkins. I think we maybe have 2 or 3 left. The cream hydrangeas have been really good. We've paired a lot with wheat this year. It's been the thing.
I love a wheat. Okay. So for these 2 that are, nope, just kidding. Okay, for this one that's like a little more neutral, it's more of like the earthy tones. We're sticking, instead of with this light green, we're sticking with more of like this burnt rusty orange. And again, we're going berry and we're going like big element, like flower or that little pumpkin in that case. Does that make sense? So always have 2 to like 4 different elements. But like we did over here, I'm just going to start sticking them in here. Let him kind of like fold over. Let him mingle in with the others. We're going to go a little further up. Stick him on the other side. We're always going to be fluffing each little stem out and up. Okay? Out and up. So got him stuck in. I have these little like floral bushes. These come in a way bigger like bundle than this. We cut them apart for this presentation. But again, we're sticking him in with the berry. So it's like a really nice layer. And again, we can play and bend, manhandle it. Don't be scared to break anything. Like we are just digging in. Okay. Just super pretty, simple, natural. Okay, moving on to a little bit brighter colors, which doesn't necessarily go perfectly with any of this, but just to show you how we can get a little bit fun. We love a bittersweet. The color is just so rich and pretty. It goes with a lot of things. If you're trying to brighten things up, it looks a little gnarly right now. You got to work it, okay? But anyway, so we're going to start sticking this bittersweet in. Again, just like we did the other ones. And I'm going to pull, since this bittersweet is kind of a fuller bush, I kind of pull some of my leaves through it. Does that make sense? So that it looks just a little more worked in.
We do also have bittersweet garland that you can intertwine 2 garlands together just to save you a little time, and then add a few picks here and there to full it up wherever the other garland might be sparse, or where you're not having big elements, just add a little extra.
And then again, just a little bit further up, we're going to stick our next one in on the other side. I'm going to pull some leaves through. Fluff it. Make it look pretty. Okay. And then this guy, this comes in like the sweetest little bouquet. If you have any little vases that you need flowers for, this is like such a perfect, it comes with a little green satin ribbon that's obviously not on it right now, but it does come with it. It's so cute, especially even if like for just a hostess gift, like how we wrap our flowers when you buy them with the little craft tissue paper, like such a cute little here, and then they won't die and your host can keep them forever. I am like literally the worst with flowers. I will never like refresh them, so I'm like, ugh. My sweet boyfriend bought me flowers the other day, and I was like, cute, but the petals are gonna be all over my table in 3 days. I love fake flowers. I cannot take care of a real one. So we're just sticking these in. Again, we're kind of going, since there's more flowers on this bush, we're going kind of in a group of 3 in where we stuck the other spray. Does that make sense? So we're going. And again, you just gotta manhandle that whole thing until you get it looking how you want it. Okay, so I've got my sunflower here. I'm gonna stick my orange. And I typically try to keep my bigger elements towards the center and then like fan out and use my smaller flowers like near the edges more. It just typically ends up looking a little bit more natural like that. Any questions about that one? For this fun Halloween, we're going fun and Halloween. So we're starting with this pumpkin spray, which is so cute and fun.
We also have it in a white and black.
Whimsical. We have it in the white and black if you like a little more simple. But it's just so cute and fun. And then I'm going to show you how to kind of do it at the end since we're at the end here. But whatever your biggest spray is what you're kind of going to stick through the end of the garland. Black. Okay. And you can leave it kind of hanging out the end a little bit. But then again, you want to manhandle it, get it all worked through your garland. And you really can get a little like rough with it. It's not going to hurt it. Okay, so we've got it through the end here. And we're going to take our second element, which is these poppies that are black and silver. Again, super whimsical. They're just cute and fun. And I'm going to take this one, since we have two and we're at the end, I'm going to kind of keep these towards the middle, if that makes sense. So we're working that through. And I'm just kind of bending it to face me on this side. Use your leaves to your advantage if you need to hold something up. And then I'm going to take it through this other side.
We have these poppies in orange also. So note, orange and silver. Also super pretty and look really good with this.
Okay, so see how some are facing this way, some are facing kind of that way. You want it to be really pretty from both sides, unless you're not doing it for guests. If you're doing it for you, or you know what I mean, you don't have guests sitting at your table, and it's like a super one-sided dining room, sometimes I am okay with it just being a little bit more one-sided. Yeah, anyway. And then the last little element, we have these crows on a pick. They're so cute. Yeah. Like hysterical. Okay. And I'm going to stick these in where we have holes. So whatever your last little element is, like look, see where you have kind of like empty spots, and then stick them in there to kind of fill it. Again, we're using this stick to our advantage. We're getting this crow to be taller. We're getting this crow to be a little bit shorter. So cute. Okay. And then my last little hole is right over here. Again, we're getting this crow to be tall, this crow to be short over here. And then also go to Michael's, to their floral department, and get a floral wire. You will thank yourself later, because for this presentation, I'm just praying to God that things stay where they should. But at home, if you just get a little floral wire, and honestly, I don't even use like the whole piece every time, because they come in like a 12-inch-ish. I like
18.
cut just like 18 inches. I cut just like 2 or 3 inches off, and you really just need like a little boop, you know what I mean, to kind of hold your things around the middle of the garland stem. Does that make sense? Anyway, that is what I've got for, oh, just kidding. Hold, please. I have more stuff.
If you guys didn't want to necessarily use stems, we do have like big crows that are kind of similar to the pumpkin idea, that you can put the big crows sitting around. They're kind of cool.
Deal with them. Okay. I did just want to show you guys some other things to layer in. So if you have this, this is kind of a skinny dining table, but if you have a wider, like 48-inch wide, like harvest style table, really like do this up, like zhuzh it. That pumpkin shouldn't be the only one at the end. You should be kind of like working them in throughout the garland. So again, like I pulled this because with that china, it's kind of fun and funky if you wanted to go that route. But again, just like adding them in throughout your display is super cute. I'm taking this little pumpkin and kind of adding him, and you can kind of like layer them up like that. Take another one and stick him down at the end. Now all my crows fell over. Okay, look at that. Another element, again, to add height is to add candlesticks. I pulled these iron ones. I love them. And I think they're really, really cool without being like overly dramatic. Do you know what I mean? So if you have this more like subtle thing going on, like to work them in throughout is really, really pretty. And again, you always want to just mix them in. If that's too big for you, use a smaller little riser to work in here. And if that's still too big, we have these really cute like taper candle holders that are like the roots of a tree. That's so cute. And they come in silver or this like almost copper. They're not though. Anyway. Cute. Sometimes with this big one, we can use one of our 6-inch ones too. That's really pretty. But yeah. So you see how that's really cute. And then if we want it to be even lower profile, we can go with the low ones. I'm a go big or go home kind of girl. If you're going to do like with this arrangement, I would use maybe like the silver. And then where do we put the taper? You know,
I will say on these guys, if you've got like a berry or even like the bittersweet going through, you can easily put a little greenery ring of some kind around the top that kind of coordinates or matches.
see how that just like livens it up. These, we need to change the batteries in them, but they're usually brighter. But anyway, it just like livens it up. Having like a flickering flame is always if you've ever worked with a real estate agent, they will say like have candles on, even if they're the fake ones, just because it makes your house feel more homey, and warm and pretty, and it's just again another layer. So always just keep adding until you're like, and then maybe take one thing away. Any questions? I know this looks a little wonky, but
when you get close, you'll notice. A few questions we have had in the past is, if your table is a little smaller, can you still do the garland? Yes, you can do it two ways. You can have it draping off a little bit. If you wanted it to be shorter, we have this garland in like stems that you could do a bunch of stems, kind of similar to how you shoved them in instead of getting a full garland. Super easy, but we think hanging over looks fine.
I love when the garland at the end, I can't move all of this stuff, but I love when the garland at the end does kind of like drape over like 12 inches. Really, really cool. And then you can kind of do, even if you do like a bow, did we get bows for this?
Yes. We have 4 bows sitting in floral on a pallet. Let me go grab those.
I was like, I thought we made some. Anyway, it's really, really fun to kind of let it hang off of the side of the table, the end of the table. Again, this is not for eating. This is just for fun. But it's really fun to let it hang over the edge of the table, and then you can like emphasize with a bow at the end, and then you pretty much do the same technique, except for you like go up and like you kind of got to bend your stems this way so that they're hanging off a little bit, but it's really still the same like out out, out, out. Do you know what I mean? Out and up, but it's out. Does that make sense? We're grabbing bows. We did make bows, and I was going to show you how to. I'm a bow girl. I was going to show you how to kind of weave them through. Take this out for it. Also, side note, Mackenzie Childs has the cutest little silverware gift boxes. So cute, so sweet. I'm a Mackenzie Childs girl. I just worked that. Again, these are kind of crazy, but just really cute little
Like those
silverware.
are fun because they're a set of 5.
Yeah. This little set of 5 with like the courtly check pattern stamped in them. Really cool.
I brought the stems so you guys can get an idea, and we even have some that are that color.
Okay, give me that.
Super easy.
Okay. So if you're at the end of the table, obviously you're not going to use 2 leaves, but just so I can show you.
Oh.
Okay. So if you have it at the end of your table, you're literally just going to bend these little guys, and then you'll put your bow just like at the end. Obviously this is going to be wired to a garland, but kind of let your tails drape to the sides, and then put all your different little elements in the middle, like coming down. So it's going to be essentially like a swag hanging off of the end of your table. If you have a really long table and you still like draping, then you can use 2 garlands and just leave the stem in the middle. Does that make sense? Really, really cute. Okay.
We also got some new like droopier ribbon recently that looks so pretty, kind of hanging off.
Oh my god. Yeah, you guys. It's like so cute.
Fluff. Even this one right here is kind of a little droopy that we've been able to kind of hang them
and
where
like
they come through.
You can literally you can do like a million little loops with this, and it is so pretty. Like really kind of English cottagey style, you know what I mean? But super pretty.
Yeah. They look really good draping off of your garlands if you didn't want a bow that's as full, but you still wanted to have that little element.
Simple, pretty. Okay. Anywho, so when we use a bow in garland, we're gonna kind of like abandon the idea that the loops are at the top. You know what I mean? So the loops are just gonna be in the middle. And then what I do is I take one set of the tails and just put them the opposite way so that you have this type of deal. And then you're gonna just take your wire, you're gonna go right in the middle. And this is another scenario where you're gonna have to kind of manhandle it, because I like getting the wire as close to the stalk of the garland as possible, if that makes sense. And this is another way to kind of hold all of your stuff in place. Anyway. Okay. You guys are going to look at this garland when you get up and be like, this is crazy. But use your imagination. We wouldn't do all of this at your house, obviously. Okay. So then I just take, and you always want to fluff your bows. But you want to kind of take the wire in the ribbon and go up, and then like, you're kind of like crimping it. Do you know what I mean? Like this. You guys will see when you get out. And then if you're doing like this plaid, if it's going out that way, I always bring it this way. So we're going like opposite. Crimp it. And I always try to get the loops on top of the tail. Again, takes a little manhandling. Okay. Gorge. All right. Any questions about that? No. Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. If you have any questions, grab us.
I will also note, we did the bow in the center. Looks super cute to hide ends, but you can also run the ribbon all the way throughout. Like you can get super long tails that you weave in and out of your leaves. Also looks super pretty. That's also good when we use at Christmas.
Cute.